Ghany is the chairman and founder of the Syrian Network for Human Rights. He joins us from Doha. Fadel Abdul Ghany, thank you so much indeed for your time. It's been proven that the Syrian regime has killed more people during what is now the 10th year of war than any other actor in the conflict. What possibly could be the regime's logic for abusing and killing civilians?
Actually, in far percentage comparing to others, that based on our database, above than 85% from the total violation committed by Assad regime. What is the aim actually? The aim is that community is surrendered and stop requesting political demand against toward change this family rule, which has controlled Syria since 1971. This is the regime strategy. The regime and all of those crimes committed by only the major accusation that those has background of political change. This is this is our crimes actually as a human rights defender or whatever actually. What is the Syrian demand since the beginning of uprising? And then what is the reaction from the regime toward this demand? Crimes against humanity, as this report mentioned, crimes against humanity means systematic and widespread. And this is a high scale of crimes. Somehow it's also, the report mentioned the war crimes, but the crimes against humanity is more systematic and more widespread. And that when the international community failed, the UN Security Council failed, then here individual state should interfere to halt and stop Assad regime of continuing committing crimes against humanity against the Syrian population. Actually, this is now 36th report from the Commission of Inquiry since their establishment in August 2011 till now. And that's a huge, tremendous of keep reporting. The most important things at this report actually is the continuity of crimes. Torture, disappearance still taking place. The regime does not halt and keep like a tremendous amount of Syrian who's been killed or disappeared. Not at all. It's the regime is still continuing doing those crimes. And at the scale of widespread, then the committee actually covered this 6 months in this report, mentioned to that clearly that the crimes against humanity still exist, not ordinary crime. We are talking about a wide range of waging attacks against the community.
You're completely right. These sorts of inquiries on an international level have been going on for years, and they show again and again the same thing happening. There is a group that is putting together the names of all of the civilian dead, and they put it together in a book called The Book of the Syrian Dead. It would take days and days to read those numbers. What is this now about? These inquiries, the Book of the Syrian Dead, is it about accountability? Will it ever happen? Or is it more important to have the record of events that occurred and the names of people who died so that in years to come, whenever that might be, there might be some kind of reconciliation? Syrians are one people. They will have to live together again.
Indeed, Syrians have to live together again, but without accountability, we are not talking about ordinary crimes. Those crimes, now 13 Syrian millions being displaced, interiorly or IDP or refugees. More than a quarter Syrian citizen being killed. The regime, let me tell you some things that maybe a lot the ordinary person does not take care about. The regime does not open any single investigation. This is about who's killing those Syrian citizens. Even if he is not the one, this is his responsibility at all. So he doesn't care actually. And that's showing how the regime is looking toward the community at all. It's dealing more worse than they are slave without real accountability. Without, if the regime gonna to stay, there is the no instability at all of the Syrian. The Syrian will keep refusing who's killing them, who's displaced and destroying total neighborhood. So that we keep demanding that this change should taking place at decisive timetable, not an open peace process to the end. The peace process start also in 2012 till now, achieving zero. Actually, where is the peace process at all? So this report and such report is alarming actually, and giving a pressure toward the politician to move ahead. Otherwise, the killing continues, the disappearance, the torture, all of those major crimes, which were unnoticeable in any other country all around the world by this scale. So Syria, extraordinary situation by committing such a crimes with zero interfering from the international community at all. So that will lead to the extremism, will lead to frustration, will lead to a failed state, as we noticed right now.
Fadel, thank you so much indeed for your time. The chairman and founder of the Syrian Network for Human Rights, Fadel Abdul Ghany.